Oh, we're going live. We've gone live.
Have we?
Yeah, that's what it
Excellent.
says. This meeting is being live streamed. You haven't pressed record though.
No, I haven't.
There we go.
Right. Okay. So that's sorted. Ready for
So,
Owain coming in with the XP points.
is he already in? I haven't even
No,
got
no,
in
no,
yet.
no. He's not. He's not in. I just saying, get
Oh,
ready for him coming in.
no, he's
Oh,
got work to do, surely.
fucking Windows, your shit.
Ah, I prefer Windows to anything of Apple. Maybe
Yeah,
that's
me too. But
controversial.
I still hate Windows. I hate a lot of things.
Join the conversation. Why can I not join the conversation?
What conversation?
Don't know. I can't go into live chat. It's not letting me on.
Should be able to.
I can't live chat. Join the conversation, interact with the creator and others watching this live stream. Open panel. No, won't let me do anything.
Let's look on YouTube. I've done it. Yeah, I've done it on Monkeyseat. It should be working.
I don't know.
Baku. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm on. There you go.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I'm
I'm
on.
there, but I can't chat.
Oh,
Why can I not chat? Strict mode is off. Don't know. Who cares? All right. Well, I can't see what anyone's saying. So,
yeah.
and I bet Owain's just come on because there's now three watchers and there's me,
No,
you, unless you've
no.
got two.
Yeah,
You've
I've
got
got me.
two.
I've got me on my other phone. That's what it is.
There we
That's
go.
fine. Right. Cool. Lots of emails to deal with when I finish this as well. Excellent. Right. Let's get started.
Oh, there's chat. I found it.
Oh, well done.
Max Verstappen has taken the
I'm
checker
fucking
flag
number
to
three.
win. That was absolutely brilliant. No, Sergio Perez is giving it everything. Oh no, Max, that was so not right. Goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton. Unbelievable stuff. And into each other goes Valtteri Bottas and Sergio Perez.
Bottas took out both their components.
And at the back, that's George Russell out of this race. Daniel Ricciardo makes contact there with Kevin Magnussen, and there's a second contact.
I went three to first. It was like I was Piastri for 30 seconds. Anyway,
Really? Because that's not what he did this weekend.
oh no,
Also,
he went from back to last to dead.
my ears are bleeding now after that. I had some
Yeah.
tech issues and we had to get going because Carl was had to be off by a certain time. So in the end, I just had to live with the title sequence being incredibly loud in my ears.
And he
And
couldn't hear anything either.
yeah, I think I heard you shout, "What? I'm number three," and
Yes,
that's
because
all I heard.
on the thing I'm number three, and then now I'm number one again. But then Owain's number one. I want to be number one.
Also, I'm number one as well for some
Yeah,
reason.
we're all number one. I don't know
Yeah,
how. We've all
cool,
got purple crowns, which
great.
sounds right for me. We should all have purple crowns,
Okay, sounds good. Right. Anyway, let's
as
as
opposed to my pink crown.
we're tight for time, let's get into some F1 content rather than talking about bullshit, shall we? When was the
There's
last,
nothing wrong with me.
when
I
was the
can't
last time
remember.
we
It was a long time
podcasted?
ago.
It was before the summer break, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, it was two. It was three races ago
Okay. Yeah.
because
Just
we've all got very busy, and I ended up with fucking David Baddiel losing his fucking everything. Anyway,
amazing.
yeah. So that's what I've been doing for the last four
Cool.
weeks.
Okay.
Um, and
Goodo.
losing my mind with him losing everything.
So we had Lando like his engine blowing up. Then we had Piastri letting Lando through, and now we've got Piastri spaffing it into the wall. So it's all
Yeah,
been a bit of a
McLaren are having quite interesting time with just
yeah.
life at the moment.
I mean, they're going to win the constructors comfortably, obviously, as we know,
Yeah,
but they are kind of leaving the window open a little bit for Max
for
Verstappen
anyone.
in the
Yeah,
drivers' championship.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like they're saying that it's still a way off. Like Max is,
I mean, if he wins every race, he'll probably win the championship.
yeah, he's still 70 points for 69,
Yeah,
69,
yeah.
off Oscar Piastri,
My,
which
na-
is
my, na-
at
my
least
nail
three
fell off.
races.
But you know,
Nice.
my black nail, it
Oh
fell off.
yeah. Oh, nice.
So yeah, it fell off last night. So I'm currently just like dipping it in cold water to try and cool it down because it's really hot.
Fucking weirdo.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, it's really annoying. Yes, no, there's still a chance there. So looking at the permutations here. What have I got? Max Verstappen
God.
needs 10 points per weekend on Piastri. That's all.
That's quite a lot.
I know it is, but it's
That
7
means
points.
Piastri becoming 5th in
No,
every race.
no. There's
Hang on.
if he finishes 3rd and Verstappen wins every race, that's enough.
Is that 10 points between
Yes.
3rd and 1st?
Yeah. 25,
Really?
18, 25, 18, 15.
All right, there we go.
So that's all he needs. 1st to 3rd. So it's possible. Like I don't think it's going to happen.
Sorry, he needs to get 1st in the next 7 or 8 races.
Yeah, he needs to win the last 7 races in a row, which he has done before.
Yeah.
And then needs Piastri to be 3rd or worse.
Owen, you're showing your age by saying Lazy Town. That was well after my era.
Yeah, I have
Kids
no
TV.
idea what he's talking about.
Lazy Town, wasn't that the guy with like he was blue and bounced around, had a big moustache? Was that Lazy Town? I don't know. I don't even know why I'd need that. Anyway,
I'm older than you.
That,
I don't get.
Owen's saying that doesn't your facts don't include sprints.
They do.
No, they do. So he has to get 10 points in the
it's 10 points. It's 10 points per weekend.
Per weekend.
Per weekend. So in that, there are 3 sprints. So he needs to gain 10 points per weekend. So theoretically, if he were to win every race and Piastri finished 3rd in every Grand Prix, and then just match Piastri in the 3 remaining sprints, which I know is not possible, but the swing isn't enough. Like if I think if Piastri beat Verstappen in those 3 races, I think the maths would work out that if Verstappen would still win, he would certainly win for if it was a tie break, because he'd have more race wins than Piastri, which would be insane.
It does feel like Red Bull under Lauren Mekis is slightly turning a corner, and especially now they've totally got rid of the dog's bollocks.
Mm-hmm. The horn dog.
The horn dog, that's the one. I couldn't think of his name there. Red Bull seem to be turning a corner. The fact that Tsunoda did okay this weekend.
He did do okay. That's the thing. He did okay. He still, I don't think he did good enough. When you look at the comparison to Max Verstappen, he still didn't do good enough.
Or the fact that Lawson still...
He has now embraced his inner Perez. He is now as good as Perez was.
But that's what he needed, isn't it?
He needs to be at least better than Perez to justify actually sacking Perez in the first place. Not that they're going to bring him back. He's going to Cadillac. But...
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. That's driver standards. I was trying to find the Baku race. Yeah, I mean, Lawson still ended up at 5th, still ahead of him, and shouldn't have. There's no reason why Lawson played a blinder this weekend, and and the same with Sainz, but Lawson absolutely played a blinder.
Yeah, I still think that Lawson's pace in the middle part of the Grand Prix wasn't strong enough on those tyres, and it allowed Norris to come back into it.
Yeah, but it still somehow kept Tsunoda behind.
Yeah, but that was more Tsunoda. Tsunoda lost loads of time on the in lap and the out lap. He should have come out ahead of Lawson. In fact, did he come out ahead of Lawson and then Lawson passed him? I think he did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he should have been ahead of him. He was on the better tire and going slower. Yeah. So I just think it was. So
that's what I'm saying. Lawson played a blinder for what he did.
He did okay, but I just think that his middle part of the race was a bit meh. And that's what brought Norris back into play. Because he was comfortably ahead of Norris, and he shouldn't. And then Norris just going long on a tire that would have been a lot more worn out, and I think he just brought him back into play. So that was Leclerc was unable to pass him on better tires, obviously because of what it was, but he was comfortable before that. So I just think that it was fine. Like, it's a Racing Bulls versus a Ferrari and a McLaren, so we can't really be too argumentative on it. I just feel like his pace in the middle part of the race could have been better.
It could have been, but he still played a blinder. I'm sorry. I don't want to support Lawson at all. But here we are. He played a blinder. Even George Russell did well, even though he moans lots.
Yeah, George and Kimi work well together in this race. And that's what gave
and
George
look at where
second
he
place.
fucking is. Oh,
yeah, he's clear.
So happy.
He's passed.
I'm depressed again.
Yeah, he's passed Albon. But to be honest,
Albon had a shite weekend. I mean, almost as shite as Piastri. I think he had well, maybe Gasly and Colapinto had a shitter weekend. But
Yeah, that was less than ideal. Was
yeah.
it one Alpine crashes, the other
No, one
one?
Alpine just goes off and sort of crashes. He didn't really crash properly.
Yeah, he
He
just
just
went down
sort
the
of
escape road, didn't it?
went down
Gasly
the
went down the
escape road.
escape
And
road.
then Colapinto just went, oh, look at Alpine crash.
Yeah, and then he just spanked it into the barrier
Yeah.
himself.
I mean, on the
Yeah,
same corner. It wasn't even like further down the track. It was just
yeah.
embarrassing in qualifying.
Are
I
they
mean,
going
look,
to score any more points?
no, they're
They've got
just.
20.
I
I'm
don't
not
even
even
know how they
sure.
managed that one, to be honest.
Well, Gasly, he scored all 20 of them.
Yeah. I mean, Colapinto once again proving
Yeah.
how shit he is.
Yeah, Gasly
Yeah.
down to 16th in the championship now. Yuki is tied on points with him. I'm
Yeah.
not sure who's got the best result out of those two.
I don't know what happened to Hulkenberg. He had a really shit weekend.
Yeah, he's had a few a few bad weekends now, and in the past we would have just put it down to that Sauber being shit, but now
Yeah.
Bortoletto has definitely found his stride and is outperforming Hulkenberg.
Yeah. And annoyingly, Hulkenberg's in 10th and Bortoletto's in 18th in
Well,
driver
yeah, but
standards.
yeah,
But no, Bortoletto seems to be awake and alive
yeah,
and
he's definitely
found
flying
his
now.
pace. I mean, this year's rookies, I mean, they're proving themselves to all be very good.
Yeah,
There's not one of those rookies, I think,
I mean
shouldn't
four of them do
be
prop up
there.
the standings. Doing Colapinto, Behrman, and Bortoletto, they all prop up the standings.
Yeah, but I like Bortoletto's doing well enough. Behrman is doing well enough.
He
Like
is doing well enough
Behrman's
in a
still
Haas, isn't
above
he?
Ocon,
Yeah.
you
No, he's
know.
not.
Oh, is he
He's
not?
not. No.
Oh, he
Ocon's
was.
12 points
Oh,
ahead.
wrong ones. Oh, Behrman's 18th, yeah.
Yeah.
But sorry, Sonoda, Gasly, Ocon, and Alonso are below Lawson in
Yeah.
an RB, who are above Hadjar in an RB and Mercedes and Antonelli and Mercedes.
Yeah. Lawson
So,
and Alonso are tied, aren't they? But Alonso still, I think Alonso's behind. I think Lawson's got the better result, hasn't he?
yeah.
Yeah, 'cause he's got a podium. But yeah, it's Stroll is still those 2 points ahead of Alonso. I thought Alonso would have usurped him by now, but he's been behind him all season. It would be hilarious if he finished behind him, but I don't think he will. I'm sure
So
Alonso
Alonso.
will. I'm sure Alonso will get a few more points between now and the end of the season.
How far is he?
It's just 2 points ahead.
Oh, yeah. There is a chance then.
Yeah.
I mean, Sainz just jumped up and pushed him down one.
Yeah.
In this weekend.
Yeah.
I mean, look, I want to talk about Williams. Like, although Albon had a shit qualifying and then a shit race, actually his FP pace was very good.
It was. They were up there.
And is that just this track being a low downforce track, or have Williams improved massively?
So they've not really been bringing anything to this car, so it has to be track dependent. But also, if you look at the gap from Sainz to Verstappen, he was no closer to Verstappen than he is normally. But it's just that there wasn't two McLarens ahead of them, and then Ferraris and Mercedes between them. So the fact that Sainz was in there in like starting P2 and then racing to P3 in the end, like it wasn't that Williams were so much faster. They just didn't have the people in between them that they normally have because they're all underachieving. So I think it's more this weekend was Sainz absolutely delivering on his potential, and McLaren and Mercedes in qualifying and Ferrari just not delivering at all. And it moved them from the head of the midfield to the next nearest challenger.
Yeah. I mean, they're still very much head of the midfield there.
Yes, that's now put them into triple figures for points, and they've now got 29 points to hang on to.
There was something that I had read, and this was even before this race. The amount of points they had, so going from the last race, not Baku, but the one before, was more than the amount of points they've had over the last 7 years.
Something like that.
Altogether.
Yeah, it's probably since 2021 or 2020 or something like that.
I can hear my chickens.
Your chickens? Are your chickens out, are they?
They are. And they keep going, wah! And I'm like, where the hell are the chickens?
How they go? Say again, how they go?
Wah!
One more time.
You're going to record it. You can go back and fucking record that. Anyway, which is sort of what fucking. So right, so Williams is doing better, I think, but they're not. I think they're now getting grounded and they're now finding their position, and I think James Vowles is doing wonders for that team,
Mhm.
whether it's leadership style or whether it's actually his technical understanding or what it is. I don't know, but I feel like he's the right person for the right job. Um, but and let's talk about Red Bull. And I sort of mentioned it earlier. Red Bull are now got Mekis in there. Again, it feels like they're becoming together a bit more. Obviously, that whole controversy is now over, and especially now he's just been bought. The Horn Dog's been bought out for 60 million, which actually isn't a lot in the scheme of things.
Really? I wouldn't mind it.
I wouldn't mind 60 million. Sorry, don't get me wrong, but that's in my guesstimation, that's just 3 years' wages. So,
Which probably would have been the remainder of his contract.
yeah. So that's all he's got really. He didn't get really a golden handshake, fuck off payout.
No,
He
he
really
just
needs to
got,
go onto company's house and work out who's now in charge. I'm going to have to Google that
yeah.
now.
Maybe
Because
after the podcast.
no, because this
It's
is
not.
my world.
Okay. Well, while you're doing that,
Go
then
on.
I'll talk about Red Bull. I just think that they're taking more risks with the setup. They've said that they're much more kind of risk positive as opposed to risk averse, and like they're taking gambles. Like they gamble on the strategy with the hard tire, starting on the hard tire. That was a huge gamble because I don't think that with the cars that were behind them, there was much risk that they were going to stick a wheel up the inside.
Yeah.
So they had no real threat from there. But the gamble part of that is if we got a safety car early on in the race, then they could have then knowing that those hard tires can be switched onto from lap 10 and just go to the end. If we'd have got a safety car, Verstappen would have been left completely exposed. And then he would have had to try and come through the field, which we saw how difficult it was to come through the field. So being that he was starting on the hards there, it would have been very easy for the people behind them during the safety car to switch onto switch onto hards rather, and just drive to the end of the race. That being said, he stopped with 11 laps to go, so he could potentially have gone onto the mediums and nursed them to the end as well. So, given that he only did 11 laps on those mediums, I think potentially, like if there was a fairly early safety car, he probably could have coaxed them to the end because what Norris did 34, Stroll did 37 laps out of 50. Well, I don't know why he did 37 laps on those tires. It was pointless. But yeah, so I do think that there was definitely a chance that Verstappen could have then coaxed that to the end, but it was a risk anyway, and it's paid off. And they took a risk in Monza, and that paid off. I think they're definitely back. They've definitely found some performance from like the underbody from the not just I think it's not just top speed because Baku is not just a high speed circuit. They were also fast through the low speed sections as well. So they are back in race winning contention without a doubt.
So the business side, because I'm always interested in that. Actually, Horner resigned on the 13th of August officially. So that was 10 days ago. But the only news only came out that he resigned 2 days ago. So, but the official paperwork went in on the 13th. And the new people that are in charge are Helmut Marko, who's always been there, who's a hotelier.
Okay.
That's his occupation, hotelier.
Okay.
What hotel does Helmut Marko own? That's what I want to find out.
Is hotelier not just Austrian for wanker?
Yes, probably.
Okay.
And then Laura Mekis was appointed on the 28th of August. Actually, sorry, I've just realized something. He quit a month and a bit ago. Anyway, Laura Mekis officially came in on the 28th of August, so a month ago. And his role is director, and his occupation is a director. And Stefan Salzer, who's the global head of HR, is also a director now.
Okay.
So there was just the two of them, Horner and the hotelier. But
the wanker.
But I now want to know what hotel he owns. I'm going to have to find that out. But yeah, so Mekis and now the global head of HR, which is ironic that it's a HR person that has joined the company where there was lots of HR issues.
Yeah, well, maybe that's needed.
Yeah, yeah. The HR I
Yeah.
hope he wasn't in as a director. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, there we go. So Red Bull.
Right. Should we
How
talk about how shit McLaren were?
go on then?
I'd just say in general, like, yeah,
I
I
mean, they
mean,
were just shit. Full stop. What is
it was a
their?
terrible weekend for them, like
Yeah,
for operationally and from when it comes to pace as well. Like they just didn't optimize, and then
yeah,
yeah, just mid pack, and then what the hell was Piastri playing at? He's very lucky that he didn't collect anyone on that lap
yeah,
one crash, because if he'd have got a penalty from that, he would have ended up with a grid drop. He's
yeah,
escaped not getting a grid drop because he only had 1 5 second penalty at the time of his retirement, so he doesn't have to serve that. That's in the guidelines that you don't have to serve a 5 second penalty. But if it was a 10 second penalty for whatever reason, then he would have got a grid drop the next race.
yeah,
So he's very lucky, because that would have been a double whammy.
yeah. Like I just feel like yeah. So he's getting. He's still got a penalty though, hasn't he, for next week?
No,
No, 2 weeks time.
no,
Why is he not?
because it was all he had was a 5 second penalty for the full start,
Yeah.
so that doesn't get carried over. It's only
Why
if you
not?
have. It's in the regulations, in the sporting regulations. It says that the wording is that any penalty not served due to retirement can be carried over to a grid drop for the next race if the stewards deem it necessary.
Oh
But
yeah.
in the guidelines, it says that anyone who has a 5 second penalty and is not able to serve it before retiring, it will not get carried over. But if they have multiple penalties or a 10 second penalty or higher, then it does turn into a grid drop.
Okay.
So there's no story here. It's not like I saw some people kicking off on social media about it, saying, "Oh, they're favouring Piastri," and it's like, no, it's in the
No,
regulations.
it just is what it is.
Yeah,
Like,
if they had given him a penalty, then
yeah,
that would have been favouritism and blatantly favouring Norris in the championship battle.
yeah.
So, which some people already have their theories about, which I think are bullshit. But
I
yeah,
don't think there's any favoritism from the FIA as to who the
no,
fuck.
no. The allegations are favouritism from McLaren in Norris's favour because
Yeah,
of the team orders last week.
yeah. I've got a kestrel going over my head.
Okay, cool.
It's pretty cool. Sorry, I was just looking out my window. I've got
So,
the
welcome to
massive
the
window.
ADHD podcast.
Yeah, so but like what was I talking about? Oh yeah. McLaren were just shit. They were awful. They don't know what happened to them, and Piastri just smashed into all. And yeah, but I mean, do you know what? It's quite boring because they were just boring and nothing happened. And Oscar and Norris couldn't even get past the fucking Red Bull of Sonoda and a Lawson.
Yeah,
And I
yeah.
don't know what's going on there.
I just think that there wasn't a lot of opportunity in the race to go much further forward. There was just really the sleepy restart from Norris. If he'd have not been asleep at that restart, then I think his race does change a little bit.
He was really sleepy.
Yeah, he probably finishes fifth without that, but
Yeah,
he would have been pushing Antonelli for fourth.
yeah,
So there's a chance he gets fifth, but so
yeah.
he's probably dropped 4 points there. But
And then
that's all
there
he probably could have got out of that.
should have Alonso got that penalty.
Yeah, because he did it.
Okay, but
Like I know he reacted to Piastri, but
yeah,
he doesn't go when Piastri goes. He goes when the lights go. He went before
yeah.
the lights went. So yes,
Okay.
it's an absolutely deserved penalty.
And okay, so what about Mercedes? Are they becoming great again, or
No,
is it just again another one-off wonder in a Merc engine? You know,
yeah, it's there. They were there because Ferrari and McLaren weren't. Let's be
yeah,
honest. Like that. That's
yeah,
not a podium. That's not a second place with McLaren's and Ferrari going at the
no,
pace that they should and could have been going at.
yeah.
It was just
And
because
what?
Leclerc put it in the wall. Hamilton going out in Q2, and
But what
then
about? Okay.
McLaren's. Yeah.
So yeah, I think it was they got there, but I mean, to be fair, Antonelli and I suppose Russell did quite well in qualifying to get to where they got to.
Yeah, I mean it was a bit of a lottery at the end there. There was just the track was getting quicker with every car that was on track.
Yeah,
McLaren decided to play it safe, knowing that Piastri went out.
yeah,
I guarantee if Piastri is not in the race. Sorry, is in that session. They're not sending both of them
You
out
talk about
first.
ADHD, and I've now got Laura and her friend sat here waving at me in front of the glass. We're live, guys. Do you want me to call you out? Jesus Christ.
Oh well.
Anyway,
So yeah, I just think McLaren played it safe. Norris didn't maximise his
okay,
laps, and then it's just a catalogue of errors there. So we somehow seem to have gone back onto McLaren, which we don't need to.
no.
Antonelli, strong weekend. So let's talk more about Antonelli, Carl. Let's talk more about Antonelli's performance.
Don't want to talk to him.
Strong performance from Antonelli. He played the team game, let Russell through. Pace was good.
Lucked out.
Out-qualified his teammate.
He lucked out because Albon went into a fucking wall in qualifying and then decided to start playing wheel tag with whoever the fuck it was. Who did he play wheel tag with?
Oh, I had the same debate with Owain on the podcast on Grid Talk. I think it was Ocon. I want to say.
There you go.
Colapinto.
Colapinto. Oh yeah.
No. Colapinto was the one later in the race where he lost his end plate.
Okay. From who?
From Albon.
Okay. So yeah, it was him that decided.
I think it was Ocon.
So anyway, there we go. It was Ocon.
Yeah.
I knew it was someone insignificant.
Interesting stat though, which I wrote down, which I never said on the Grid Talk podcast. Verstappen has now got more poles than anyone this year in that car with that McLaren, and he's also led more racing laps than Lando Norris.
He's led more racing laps than anyone.
No, Piastri's led most.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I thought.
No, he's led more than Lando Norris, which is which is fine. Norris has been coming through to win races, whereas Piastri's led from the front.
Yeah, and Max is led from the front as well. If Max gets on pole, it's pretty much semi-definite that he's going to win that race.
And Sainz almost doubled his points tally as well, 16 to 15, so 15 points this weekend. So almost doubled his points.
I mean, and then what? Like the lower bottom leagues, is there anyone that's standing out to you? The lower teams.
Colapinto's getting better. I think he's shown more pace. He's getting closer to Gasly, but he
shouldn't be in that seat. Let's all be realistic.
I mean, Doohan should still feel hard done by, but it looks like he's definitely not getting back in because they're going to choose between Colapinto and Paul Aron for next season.
Who?
Paul Aron. He's their reserve driver, one of the many.
Okay. Did I see something that Colton Herta was now going to become a reserve driver?
Yes.
And be in F2?
Yes, Colton Herta. It looks like Herta's going to be racing for High Tech probably in F2 next year. And he is the official Cadillac reserve driver.
So does that not put it? Sorry, I know this is completely randomly off topic.
No,
but does that not put Bottas and what's his jobs on a time? Perez on a time.
No, because they've both got ironclad 2-year contracts.
So they're hoping Herta. What happens when Herta wins the F2? Not that he will. I mean, he's got to be one of the oldest ever to be in F2, sure.
Not the oldest ever, not by any stretch.
No, really.
But certainly he's only like 25, 26, something like that.
Oh, really? I always thought he was older.
Yeah, no.
I thought he was older. I thought he was 30.
I don't think Colton Herta is going to win the Formula 2 championship next year. If he does, props to him, but I just don't think he will. I don't think
That's actually going to cause a problem for them, isn't it?
He to get the super license, he only needs 5 points from next season, which is what the problem he's been getting is that he had a second place in IndyCar last year, but that was pretty much all of his super license points. So the points he got for this year, because he was so low in the standings, he's still 5 short. So he needs to get at least 5 points next year for that 3-year period to count. If he doesn't do it next year, then he loses his second place in IndyCar points and he has to start again. So, to be honest, you've only got to finish top 5 in F2, and then you've got a super license pretty much. So, it's provided you've got some super license points from other places. But to be honest, he could do 5 FP1s, and then he's got his super license because you get 1 point for every FP1 you do. Yeah. So, he will be doing 4 FP1s next year for Cadillac anyway, because if he's their reserve driver, he'll be in twice for Bottas and twice for Perez. So he'll get 4 FP1s next year anyway. So then he's only got to finished like top 10.
So that's what I'm saying. So they're going to have a problem once he's got a super license. But
Well, no,
every
because it
time,
doesn't mean
like,
they have to put him in. They've said there is no guarantee of a race seat. I respect what he's doing because he is leaving a formula that he is incredibly competitive in,
yeah,
or something that is
and well known
effectively,
in as well.
yeah, for something that is effectively a step down. I know the power is very similar, but it is a step
Yeah.
down because it's not on
In
the global
class and
stage. It's not on the global stage like
Yeah.
IndyCar is. The ratings
Yeah.
for IndyCar are much higher than F2.
Mhm.
And obviously they've got the biggest race in motor racing, the Indy 500,
Yeah.
which draws something ridiculous figures wise. It's like the single biggest motor racing event in the world.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I respect him for doing it. I don't think it's going to pay off in getting a super license. Well, he'll get a super license, but I don't think it means he'll end up with an F1 seat in 2027. I think he'll probably be in F2 for 2 years unless he wins it.
So
And then he
with
might...
silly season, it always seems to be very quiet with silly season. I still feel there's some chairs to fill.
Sorry, it's yawning away. It's been a long day. So we got the McLarens are locked in.
Yeah.
Verstappen.
Mercedes still isn't locked in.
They haven't. I mean, it's going to be the same drivers. It's going to be Russell and Antonelli. Obviously, Ferrari are locked in. There is still one Red Bull seat going, but that's widely tipped to be Isaac Hadjar, which means that the other two is going to be either Lawson, Sonoda, and.
I mean, it's just fucking musical chairs down there.
Yeah, it's Lawson, Sonoda, or Lindblad from F2 in that.
Do you reckon Lindblad should be in the Racing Bulls?
To be honest, I've lost touch with F2 this year. The last I saw, he wasn't.
See, I'm the opposite.
That well.
I'm the opposite. I've got more into it because of.
I love him. Trouble is, I just don't get the time. I just don't get the time to watch it with all the other stuff that's going on.
Because of the Irish Wonder Kid.
Yeah.
I'm now having to watch it a lot more. Which I thought Dunn might get not a seat, but a reserve. I don't know what he's doing next year.
Yeah, he'll probably get a reserve seat. He'll probably try and do what Piastri did.
I hope he doesn't stay in McLaren. It'd be a bad idea for him.
Well, I mean, you never know. There could be a massive fallout with like Piastri and Norris. It could end up like end of the season. Norris has Piastri to finish third or lower, and he does what Hamilton did in 2016 to Rosberg. And then there's a massive fallout in the team, and then Piastri says, "I'm not having this," or Norris says, "Well, clearly I'm second choice now," and then one of them fucks off. So it's a possibility that you might end up with the best seat. Stranger things have happened.
Yeah. I mean, but the problem is next year we don't know which is the best seat.
Yeah.
Genuinely.
This is why I don't think we'll see a lot of musical chairs, because I don't think. Oh, I heard an interesting rumor. The rumors are that Mercedes got the best power unit and Ferrari are in trouble that have been going around. Yeah. Apparently, that's all coming out that the Ferrari in trouble rumors came out after somebody left Ferrari and went to Mercedes. Okay. But apparently Mercedes have been making all these rumors about how far they are ahead. And as a result, when other teams have been trying to recruit people for next year, they're like, well, isn't your engine thing in trouble? And like, no, it's not. It's fine. It's like, oh, but I've heard rumors that Mercedes are well ahead. So, so they're struggling to hire staff because everyone thinks Mercedes have got the best engine. So, and I imagine probably a similar thing is what's happening with the Ford Red Bull powertrains partnership as well. So I don't know what to believe. I don't think it's not going to be a 2014 level of dominance from Mercedes. They might have the best power unit. They do have a history of producing good power units at new regulation sets. Ferrari generally are pretty good at the start as well. So I think it will probably be Mercedes and Ferrari the best two. But I don't think there's going to be a lot in it. It's not going to be as bad as we're not going to have a Renault situation where Renault were just miles off the back like they were in 2014. So,
I mean, I'm intrigued as to how Cadillac is going to match into all of this, and where and also how Aston Martin now with their Honda engines as well, where that happens as well.
It's going to screw up all my spreadsheets because I've only got space for 20 drivers.
Well, you're going to have to add one more.
Well, I've got space for because I've got an extra couple of spaces for stand-ins, but I still need to have those spaces for stand-ins. So, yeah,
you got to get a new sheet.
Yeah, I'm going to.
This calls for another spreadsheet.
It does. I need a new spreadsheet.
But yeah, I think like Hess is pretty. Are they stuck with those two now, Ollie and?
I don't know actually. I think Ocon's on a 2-year deal.
Mhm.
I think Behrman's on a 1, but I think he'll be retained. Sonoda's the one treading water really. There, Gasly's safe. He signed a new deal. It'll
Is
be
Stroll
either
going? Is Stroll
Stroll.
going?
No, of course not.
I think. Are we not? Are we not dumb? Is Daddy not fed up of him now?
Well, yeah, I'm not even convinced that like I don't think Alonso's even at the pace he needs to be now.
Yeah, but that's the problem. If neither of them are,
But
who?
there's no yardstick. That's the problem. I was saying this on Grid Talk. There's no yardstick there to say, look, you need someone in there like a Gasly or even someone like a Bottas or something like that. Just someone that you know how good they are to measure them up against. But we
Almost
don't
the
get that.
signs.
Stroll has never beaten any teammate apart from Sergei Sorokin.
Yeah.
Ocon was the great yardstick for Fernando Alonso because Ocon was very close to Alonso. But look at what Ocon's doing with Behrman.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's better than them at the moment, but that's more down to experience. Pace wise, Behrman's been killing him at times.
Yeah.
This is the guy that was on a par with Fernando Alonso, and now Fernando Alonso is supposedly still back to his best.
Would you not be, if you were Aston, would you not be looking at Albon, Hadjar?
I would have thrown everything in to try and get Max Verstappen. Obviously, that wouldn't have happened.
No, but that's not going to
But then
happen.
I would have then been looking at the Piastri, Leclerc, that
Again,
kind of
not
thing.
going to happen.
Yeah, but again, like before they signed their long-term deals, I'd have been looking at them before that. I'd have been looking for somebody like that. Now I would be looking at Bortoletto, but I don't think they'll be able to get him away from Audi because Audi will want to keep him.
No, Audi's too exciting as well to be in there. I think it's going to really mix things up next year with all the.
Yeah, I think it's a sensible choice to stick with what they've got for next year because they can't really do
I
anything
think everyone.
anyway.
It feels like everyone might just stick.
Yeah, I don't. The only real, as we said, the only real changes that could happen now are it could be Paul Aron in for Colapinto, it could be Lindblad in for Sonoda, and that's pretty much it. We're set now.
If you were Hadjar, would you want to go into that Red Bull?
Well, I think this new Red Bull potentially under Mekias.
Yeah, I suppose under Mekias it makes it slightly different.
He might get the golden ticket. He might get the golden ticket. He might move into Red Bull at the perfect time and then end up actually having he won't have parity, but he may have close to parity and a car that's not insane to drive. So
yeah,
I think it might be the right time for him.
Yeah.
Especially for pre-season as well. Not like what Sonoda's had where he got dumped in just before the Japanese Grand Prix with no pre-season, never driven the car or driven the car once. So yeah, he was always on a hiding to nothing with that.
Yeah. No, I think, I think Hadjar could do well in it. I really like him. I think he's a good racer.
Le Petit Prost.
Le Petit Prost.
Seriously, that's his nickname, Le Petit Prost.
Jesus Christ.
Little Prost.
Well, no shit, Sherlock. I mean, my French is shite, but that's just.
I mean, you know how much I love the French and the French language and the French people and anything French.
How are you coping with Hadjar then?
It's fine. I like Hadjar.
He's just the oxymoron.
I mean, he was the villain in my fandom of F2 last year. I so
thought you were going to say he is the villain in my fan fiction, and I was like, what weird fan fiction have you been writing?
No, in my head, I was the villain in your history, as in like the lyrics from Hamilton.
Okay,
I'm the villain in your history, and I'm not going to sing it. But yeah, that's he was the big bad last year when I was cheering for Bortoletto, being that he was a McLaren Junior with Senna colours on his helmet. Of course, I'm going to be cheering for Bortoletto. He's no longer a McLaren Junior, but he does still have the Senna the helmet, so he's still up there for me. If he changes his helmet design, he's gone. Fuck him, he's out.
And he's Brazilian. He's not going to change his helmet design.
He hasn't always had Senna colours.
No, really.
But come on with
the Brazilian. Yeah.
Senna behind me.
There we go. So yeah, look, I think It is going to be interesting, but nothing's. I think it's going to be interesting, but nothing's going to be. So what's next week? Well, not next week. The week after is
Singapore.
Singapore. Oh, actually, I like Singapore. It's where Russell drives into walls.
It's another one where we could see Piastri in the wall again. You never know.
Well, I'd rather Russell be in the wall or Antonelli. If Antonelli
What have
can
we
go
got?
into a wall,
We've
that
got
would be
Singapore,
great.
and then we got Austin with a sprint, and then we got Mexico, and then we got Brazil with a sprint, and then we got Vegas, and then we got Qatar with a sprint, and then it's Abu Dhabi.
How's Qatar doing? Aren't they getting bombed? I know that's really political, but generally, are they still going to go to Qatar?
Don't know.
Because the
It's the
last
same
I
question
heard
every
was,
year, isn't it?
well, no, because
Come on,
Qatar was
the
usually
first year we were at
safe.
Qatar, the Aramco factory just north of the circuit got bombed, and there
Oh,
was
was that
smoke
that
off the
one?
circuit. Yeah.
Yeah,
So come on, they'll still be there.
they got
They'll
bombed
be there
recently.
even if the circuit's being bombed. They'll still be there.
Because the Israelis bombed them for some reason. Anyway,
don't-
I'm not getting political, but I'm just wondering about whether they are still going there with all the safety
Yeah.
concerns. But obviously, money speaks more
Yeah,
than
I've heard
safety.
nothing.
Um,
I've heard nothing. Oh, sorry, I'm yawning away. This is not good
me
for
too.
podcasts at all.
We're all tired today.
Yeah. But anyway, should we get on to driver and dick of the day? Because
Okay.
you need to wrap up in a minute, don't you?
Yes.
So-
Driver of the day, Piastri. Sorry. Sorry.
Sorry. Carry on.
Driver of the day. I'm going to go with Lawson because you're going to go with Sainz. Is my guess.
I think I might show someone else some love, actually.
I like the other one. You're just going to annoy me with is Antonelli because he shouldn't have been where he ended up.
Nah, I'm not going Antonelli.
Okay.
I will go driver of the day. No, I'm going to go Max Verstappen. He was the best. He was the best out there.
Yeah.
I went with science on grid talks. I'm going to go
did
with
the
Verstappen
Grand
on this one.
Slam as well.
The only other one I would have said would have been George Russell. Really well executed race, but I think the best driver
still
on the day.
14 seconds behind.
You've got most improved driver. You know, the drive that someone needed to do, like Sainz and Antonelli, but to be honest, the best driver was the best driver. The best driver was the guy who won the race.
I agree. Actually, I agree. Max probably was driver of the day.
But I do agree that like Lawson did well for him, and to get 10 points of Racing Bulls, that's put Racing Bulls back ahead of Aston Martin in the Constructors' Championship as well. So that just takes the pressure off Williams a little bit. So they can hopefully Aston and Racing Bulls will fight it out, and then Williams can keep that 5th place. Dick of the day.
Albon's the only one that did any dick-ish moves.
He did make a couple of big mistakes, didn't he?
Do you know? I'm sorry, but like he's the only one that did the dickish move of going up the inside, and on that one where there wasn't a space or knock on. I genuinely can't think who else is dick. No one else was a dick. I mean, the right front man of Lando, possibly.
Yeah. Piastri for making Alonso do a jump start.
I mean, Piastri, Piastri didn't do anything deliberately dickish. He was just fucking stupid, and that's very different. But actually, the only person that actually did anything dickish.
Tell you what,
I
know who my dick of the day is going to be.
Who?
Lando Norris. Because this was the great opportunity to put a
but it's
fire
not
under his
dickish,
ass.
it's just a failure.
He did a shit lap in qualifying. He was asleep on the restart. Shame on you, Lando Norris. You are my dick of the day. That is the first time and only time you will ever hear me say that.
There you go. And Albon's my dick of the day.
There we go. Excellent. Our 2 most favourite drivers. We've given on it. It's only because we love them. Yes, we only hurt them because we love them.
Because I do actually like Albon.
All right. Cool.
Although remember the old days when I hated him because he didn't know the width of his car.
Yes,
which ironically is why he's the dick of the day this week, because he forgot the width of his fucking car again.
Amazing. Back to 2020 vibes.
Here we go.
Right. Okay, let's go. I'm just going to go and burn my ears in half now. See you all soon.
Bye.
My
just
God,
take
that's
your
loud.
fucking headset off like
What?
this, like a normal person.
Why didn't I think of that? Why
Or
did I
just
think-
like at least, yeah.
Oh,
at least
I'm dick of the day. I'm dick
Dick
of
of
the
the
day.
day. Bye.
The Dick of the Day.
Tom Horrocks.